Hi guys. So real quick, going live here. The Wanted to take a look. We got something really cool in. A couple days ago, we got a shield or a notification for a shield M&P 9 EZ. So a 9 millimeter shield EZ, and told them we wanted one. Shield EZ and 380 has been real popular. Um, Wildly popular, probably our best selling gun. So as you can see, what we got here is we got a couple boxes, and we're going to pop these open and take a look at the differences between the 9 and the 380. Kind of excited about this. I got to admit, I did have the box open and looked at it. I couldn't help
Couldn't
myself.
help yourself?
No, I couldn't help myself.
I can't blame you there. It's kind of exciting news. The 380 EZ came out, and it's just been a phenomenal gun. It's a little bit of maybe a little bit bigger size than a lot of the little pocket 380s, which helps it. They're super accurate. The first time I ever shot one of these, I picked one up, never had handled it before. Mom bought one. We were down to the range setting up for an event at the Sportsman's Club, and yeah, why might as well shoot it. And right off the bat was hitting ping pong balls from 25 feet, first shot out. So they're super accurate. So far they've been reliable. My wife has one. She loves it. Like I said, they're just a little bit bigger than like a bodyguard or something like that, which really helps with them as far as recoil management, and they're super easy to operate. They got that easy rack slide, finding especially people with not a lot of hand strength, really being able to just really be able to work them actions and not have any troubles with them. And another thing we found is it's helped build a lot of people's confidence in them, in their abilities, and eventually they do end up upgrading to something a little bigger. But so we're gonna open up. There's the old 380 EZ. Open her up. Make sure we're good. Don't need that magazine right now. Move this one out of the way. So you can see they have what they consider easy rack slide. Almost everybody that's ever come through is like, wow, man, that's super easy to rack.
Yeah.
Manual safety on them. They put a backstrap safety on it, and Smith eliminated what everybody calls that broken trigger, where they have the trigger safety that catches on a frame, and it just kind of looks like a two-piece trigger there. They got a backstrap. It actually works pretty good because it shows people instantaneously that they need to get a better grip on their pistol, because as people start wanting to cheat down a little bit, they lose on that backstrap safety, and they won't go off. So super popular gun. I mean, this thing come out and it just kind of hit the gates running.
Yeah. Awesome.
Actually, this is the 9mm.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you got the 9 out. That just goes to show you. Here, we'll pull the 380 out, how close they are. Let's hold these things up here. I don't think looking at them, it's pretty impossible to tell. The ergonomics on these are phenomenal, and earlier I had stuck a piece of tape on the bottom of one of these boxes and said, hey, that's the 380, but
it is the 380 box.
That is the 380 box, but had the 9 gun in it. So yeah, look at that. I mean, what do you get? What do you get with this thing here? That's a 9 box.
It does have the 9mm feeling the 380 right up against it.
You get 2 magazines and a lock with it, and a manual looks like.
The recoil spring, of course, it's a 9mm, so they're going to have to put a heavier recoil spring in it. It does feel like it's got a little heavier recoil spring than the 380, but still super easy.
You know what I noticed right off the bat is, 389 mil magazine. 9mm is a little bit longer of a cartridge. The magazine's a little longer, and I think if we take a look at the 9mm grip this direction here, I think it's probably going to be maybe a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch deeper. And it is just that.
I mean, without getting a little ridiculous, getting the calipers out. I mean,
yeah, you'd probably have to get.
You can see a little bit of a difference, but there isn't much to it.
I don't think if you handled them up against each other, they're gonna switch me here. It's tough to tell.
It's tough to tell handling them.
You can't really tell that.
You can feel a difference if you put them side by side.
You can feel a difference in the spring.
In the spring, you can definitely feel a difference in the spring. But I mean, they got the same. If you're familiar with the 380 Easy, the same grip angle, same safety systems on it, the same texturing on there, the same serrations on the slide. Like I said, I mean, I flipped it over and looked at it, noticed the barrel said 9mm, didn't really notice a difference right off the bat, right? Pulling it out of the box. So they're that close. And
we just flopped them in the box out of the case and wasn't paying attention, and we get the 9 and the 380 box.
They're super similar. One thing that I have liked about the 380, and one of the things that helps their accuracy is, we'll try this one too. They got a nice, good, clean brake, and it's not a super heavy trigger pull. They got a pretty good trigger in them.
Yeah, they got a decent trigger.
Makes it real nice. Those of you out there, practicing and working on your fundamentals, you all know that if you can break that trigger without moving the sights, you're gonna get your hits.
I did try this earlier. I took because the firearms are so similar. What my concern was is.
Magazines would fit.
Will the 380 magazines go into 9? Will the 9 go into 10? And they do not. You take the 380 and the magazine goes in, no problem. But the 9 magazine is just that much bigger. You're not going to have an issue with that. And even if you had 2 of these, you grabbed it, you can't get it to lock in the 380. No. So you're going to immediately know that, hey, I don't have the right magazine. What you're going to have to do is, because the magazines are so similar, and we see this all the time with people loading 380 in a 9 or trying to load 9 and 380, you may want to get, segregate the ammunition to magazines.
Yeah.
That's Fiatchi does this. They make one box for about 3 different calibers of ammunition, and it all looks just like this box. So you have to pay attention.
Well,
so
the nice thing, like the 380 mag's got that, kind of like the 22s, it's got that little cheater button. You can kind of pull a follower down and just kind of drop rounds in it. And they kind of brought the same thing out to the 9mm mags. You can just kind of pull the follower down and just kind of throw rounds in it, which is kind of helpful, especially if you're looking for one. You have trouble racking a lot of pistols, and
Kyle's asking, Kyle Lister, how much are you asking for the 9? I think I will have to check on you, but I think it's around $430. So I'm going to post that here in the comments, and if I'm wrong, I will correct it later.
But that's something that's helpful if you're in the market for these and you bought a 380 because you didn't have the hand strength or a lot of experience with racking a pistol. It kind of helps you load that magazine. The 9mm kind of went in that same direction. Another thing I'd like to bring up is on all their old, their other M&P line pistols, they did have a ambidextrous slide lock. None of the Shield EZs have the ambidextrous slide lock.
No, I wish they would add that.
I wish they would have added that, especially being a lefty. But they do have a ambidextrous safety, which is nice because, like I said, me being a lefty, anything with any kind of a safety lever, if it's on just this side, it's real tough for me to kind of develop my own, manual of arms of how I'm going to actually deactivate it. And it looks like they got you can flip the magazine release. I have yet to take this one apart to flip one around, but
I can't say as I even flipped one on a
380.
Probably.
Looking at it, it looks
like
like it probably could. I'd have to get the owner's manual out
and read it.
I
think it tears down. See if you can tear it down. I think it tears down the same way as the 380. Just flip forward, I do believe. Yeah, it just pops off.
No trigger pull takedown.
Captured recoil spring.
Nice. Like a lot of other Smiths.
That's a big thing.
I believe it might be I believe it's a metal guide rod.
Yeah. See, the 380 the 380 is a plastic guide rod, so I have to get a magnet out and stuff on it. I did notice the barrel lug on it is a little different shape. They got something in here going on.
It's a little different on the barrel lug. Yeah, they definitely might have had to
see it.
Might have had to beef this up just to handle the 9mm.
Maybe. I still have not. I haven't figured out their technology behind how they got such an easy recoil spring on these guns. I mean, the 9mm is just so incrementally heavier than the 380 that I get a chance to shoot this thing. I'm really fighting with myself on whether or not we should just put it in the inventory and take it out and shoot it and just run the crap off of it. But
when I pulled these out of the box, I mean, working it, I kind of thought it was a 380. It was still really easy, and then once I actually got to the 380 and could rack a slide on a 380 and then go over to the 9mm, then I could say, okay, yeah, there's a difference there, but
incremental difference. I mean, you got to really look at it. For some reason, I always have problems putting these guns back together.
Yeah, I bumble them too.
I think part of the issue is you don't really want to depress the grip safety when you're installing the slide.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, I bet the spring is not centered on the barrel. Has that got it's got a flat spot? Does it have a flat spot on the frame?
Here we go.
Yep. So the recoil spring has got flat spots on either side of the engagement lug, and the flat spot's got to be vertical.
Yeah.
Yep. Flat spot's got to be vertical. So sweet. I'm super excited to super excited to shoot the 9mm. I mean, the 380 is so. It's just so much fun. It's so accurate. It shoots so well.
Yeah, they're just phenomenal. I mean,
there isn't anything I can say bad about this gun. The only trouble I've ever seen with one of these, we got one with a broken loaded chamber indicator, and that will happen if you put a round in the chamber and then drop the slide on top of it. They're not made to be doing that. So we did see that. Doesn't really affect the function of the gun. The other thing that I have seen people do is not get their grip high enough up on the beaver tail, and then they don't actually deactivate the grip safety.
Yep.
And the gun won't fire. I don't really consider that a drawback, though, because it forces you to get the proper grip on
Yeah,
the firearm.
we've seen that on the range in class with people. They try to, and of course it's a little bit of a bigger 380, so they don't recoil so much. So they start trying to maybe cheat a little bit, not get quite such as good a grip as they should and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden it bites them and the gun don't go off. So, and they figure out that, well, no, I need to do my fundamentals the same every time. And I mean, honestly, we've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in our organization. Between all of us and our other instructors and range gun, that's ours, and
Oh yeah,
got 5. Between friends and family of everybody here, we got, there's 5 of these that we own, kind of all own personally.
These things, they're just laying all over. They're like Mossberg shotguns.
Yeah, we go to the range and everybody's like writing serial numbers down. Which one's mine? Yeah. I don't know. The black one.
The black one.
The Shield.
Mike from Budget Guns and Gear says we're going to be seeing him here pretty quick. We like Mike from Budget Guns and Gear. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Like seeing some of the locals come down. It's a good time.
Yeah.
If you're local, come on down. Sit down, have a chat. We got people in here all the time, all walks of life. A bunch of great people in this town and community. We get to, it's kind of fun. We get to chat with them and talk guns and do all that fun stuff.
Drink coffee and jaw and get cool stuff from Smith and Wesson. I couldn't believe 2 days,
Lots
guys.
Of cool stuff.
2 days. We found out about this thing being released 2 days ago. And
our salesman called. Well, Dad called our salesman.
Yep, he called the salesman, and they sent us one. So, how many of these we're going to be able to get right away, I don't know. But when they released the 380 model, the availability was pretty good. It hasn't been except for the last week and a half or so that the availability on these has dropped off.
Well,
if these have gone out of stock on a lot of places.
If these move it like the 380s do, they better have availability because they're going to be flying off the shelves.
Generally, Smith & Wesson will not release something unless they have availability for their retail outlets. It's not like we're still trying to get a Springfield Hellcat. I mean, we're just pulling our teeth out. And
that's another one.
Yeah, the last one that we tried to get, I think SIG P365.
Yeah.
It took us 90 days to get one from a distributor.
Yep.
And then
it showed up and then left.
Yeah. They're available now, but
when they first come out, they were tough to be available.
They were tough to get, and I thought they personally in this particular area. I know they're a very popular gun, but in this particular area, they were kind of a flop. I think we sold 2, and then the last one sat around here for 8 months. So we just, if somebody wanted one, we decided we'd order it.
Yeah, when we get stuff like this, and it's kind of. All our wives and stuff say that this is a downside to being a gun guy and owning a business in this industry is you end up, your list never gets smaller of, oh yeah, maybe I think I should have one of them. There's always something that comes out that goes, yeah, I think I should maybe have one of them. And
yeah, don't get into selling guns. It just ends up
that one
costing
goes in that box.
Yeah, well, I'm going to
get them in the right box.
We'll put them in the right box this time. So yeah, Shield EZ9, guys. Stop in and check it out.
Looks like a pretty sweet Smith & Wesson, Shield gun. So.
Budget Guns and Gear says I may need to order one more. If I can get another one, I will get you one. Or you can have this one. The really awesome. So we're excited. Stay tuned, guys, for a shooting video on this. We are going to get to the range with this thing and put it through its paces. I got a suspicion it's going to be wildly popular like the 380 model. So as soon as we can get to the range with something like this and start shooting it, start using it, it's going to be up. So we're going to work hard on that for you. Anyway, everybody who joined, thanks for stopping in. And,
check it out.
Stop in, check out the gun.
All
Have a
right,
good
thanks,
night.
guys.